light and darkness crisscross. And got my crew pissed off. It's like my wrist off. I'm writing rhymes till time hits for my mind is a pure menace.
What's good, YouTube? Your boy Grave here. Today we're talking about EA's acquisition of Respawn Entertainment, the developers that brought us one of my favorite new first-person shooting IPs and my favorite shooter of last year, Titanfall. Right now they're in development for an EA Star Wars game, and the news came out about a couple days ago that EA has finally brought Respawn on as a developer for their team. I'm kind of like hearing the news about it. Obviously, we all know what happened to Visceral a little while ago, and their closure, and the stopped production on Amy Hennig's Star Wars game, which sucks. I'm not a huge fan of Visceral. I was never a huge fan of, or at least their most notable franchise, Dead Space. I was not a big fan of it, and that's just me. I know it was huge, so when the announcement came that they were going to get closed, like, it stung, just because, you know, they make quality games, but I mean, they're out, you know, and that makes me so scared for Respawn. Like, so let's start with this. Titanfall 2 last year, in my opinion, was the best first-person shooter you could get. But like, Respawn got set up. Like, their game was sent to die because EA decided to put it out a week after Battlefield 1, but like a couple weeks before Infinite Warfare, which was, I mean, a complete debacle. I have no idea why they decided to do that. I mean, obviously, like, if I was going to speculate, I'm thinking, okay, Activision has Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remaster. We want Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2, but it was a dumb decision, because if Titanfall would have come out in the summer, it would have killed. If they would have pushed it maybe to this year, it could have killed. But instead, it got sent out to die. And hearing this news, I am happy that they also announced that there will be a Titanfall 3. And, you know, like I said before, Respawn is developing a Star Wars game for EA, but I'm trepidatious about it. If Star Wars, their unannounced Star Wars game doesn't perform, and Titanfall 3 doesn't perform, Respawn's going the way of the dodo. I mean, they're gonna close Respawn. And on one hand, I'm happy because I'm getting another Titanfall game. Like I said, I love Titanfall. I bought an Xbox One for Titanfall. I bought Titanfall 2. I pre-ordered it and got it day one. Like, I know a lot of people don't really like the futuristic, you know, momentum-based, running on walls type of first-person shooter, but I love that shit. And I also love, you know, like, you know, I love mechs. I love, you know, Gundam and shit like that. So I was all about Titanfall. And that's my main focus when I hear this, is like, if these games don't perform, Respawn is dead in the water. And it's up to EA to, you know, understand the gem that they have on their hands. Now, I don't think Titanfall was ever going to be the Call of Duty killer that people tried to, you know, bill it as. I don't think it was ever going to be that. But it was a quality game, and it was fun as fuck. And I'm just like, I'm sitting here, you know, really trying to be optimistic about the fact that I'm getting another one, because with those sales last year, I was sure, I was telling all my friends, I was positive that Titanfall 3, if there ever was going to be a Titanfall 3, is scrapped. That shit's gone. Because, you know, it just performed so poorly. And it's not Respawn's fault. They clearly put a lot of time, effort, and care into Titanfall 2. And EA made, it was an unforced error releasing it when they did. And I know the excuse they gave was they wanted to get it out in the fiscal year and all that. And it's like, I don't want to hear all that, because, you know, Titanfall, in my opinion, okay, I know everyone was all about Battlefield 1, and even though people hated on Infinite Warfare, I think it was still the best-selling game of the year. So it's like, you know, I understand we can't sit here and say, you know, Titanfall 2 was going to sell, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11 million copies. I think Titanfall 1 sold 11 million. I didn't think it was going to get that, but, you know, if it would have been released at a proper time, who knows? We could have gotten to at least the initial games sales numbers of 11 million. And this, I mean, I don't know, people. We could be really looking at another developer that has some epic talent going and, you know, maybe getting eaten up and spit out by EA. And EA, if you ever see this, if you're listening at all, you got to understand what you have here. Respawn is a talented developer, and I don't want to see what happened to Visceral happen to them. And I mean, it's all about numbers. I know it's a numbers game. You guys are a business, but I'm sure Respawn will deliver. And there is a silver lining in this for me, that I'm at least going to get one more Titanfall game. And for that, I have to thank you, EA. I have to thank you, because I don't know if this is you guys giving Respawn another go because you understood that what you guys did was an unforced error last year, and Titanfall is a way better game than it was received, because critically, I mean, the scores were high as fuck. People that played it loved it. But if that's the case, if you guys are like, hey, listen, we understand what happened last year was fucked up, we're going to give you guys another go. Your Star Wars game looks phenomenal. We want to see another Titanfall and just go out there and kill it. Like, I have to commend you for that, because it's one of my newest favorite IPs. I mean, I love Titanfall. So, I don't know, guys. I'm just rambling. I just had to get my thoughts out there real quick, that it is kind of scary that EA has now acquired them as a developer. It is, but at least we're getting supposedly a really good Star Wars game, which is rumored to be the reason why Visceral and Amy Hennig's game was, you know, was killed, you know, was put down. So seemingly we're going to get a really cool Star Wars game, which I'm down for. I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars either, but I mean, I'm always down to play a cool game, and I love the aesthetic of Star Wars. So that's cool. And we're going to get another Titanfall, which is also cool. I just hope that these games perform, because if not, I don't see how Respawn's going to survive this. But I want to know your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments. As always, Graves here. He's listening. For anybody that's been with me since the beginning, like I say, I rock with y'all. Anyone new, I fucking appreciate you taking the time to get to the end of this video. If you like what I had to say, if you fuck with my swag, like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Beyond the Grave. And for all your gaming news and opinions, and much more. Stay tuned here on Grave TV, because we're doing this, and I'm trying, people. I want to get up to at least 2 to 3 videos a week. So if you like what you see, fuck with me. Graves out. We appreciate y'all. Peace.